Should you financially build a man? Let's talk. That's today's episode in Let's Talk. And do let me know in the comments what your viewpoint on this is. Before I share my viewpoint, I want to give you a story that's going to give you a firm idea of where I sit on this. One of my biggest regrets when it comes to dating has to be that I spent £20 on a man that I'm not even married to. I actually feel super embarrassed by that. On what planet? And I know I'm saying that in jest, but on a very, very serious note, for me, the answer is absolutely no. As a woman, I'm going to start on the biblical side of things. There is not a single story in the Bible, and I stand 10 toes down on this. There is not a single story in the Bible that anyone can show me where a woman financially built a man. As a woman, we are not meant to financially build men. That word is the manual script to life. That word is the source, the exact direction, step by step of how you should live. When you decide to plug in a different code that doesn't go according to the word, you get funky results. You get results that make you cry. You get results that cause you distress. You get results that you want to return the results. You're like, this is not what I signed up for. When you financially build a man, when a woman financially builds a man, you will get bad results because it is not the natural order. And if you're a woman who knows her word, in the book of Isaiah, one of my favorite instructions when it comes to dating for marriage is the word has warned us in the Old Testament, Isaiah, that one day women will be so desperate to have a man's last name that they will say, just marry me and I will provide my own food and clothes. So if desperation is providing your own food and clothes, imagine financially building a man. That means as a woman, that's the pits of hell. Women would have reached the pits of hell financially providing for a man, building him up. For me personally, I think it's not the natural order of life. Biblically, to start with, it is not the natural order of life. There is not a single woman in the word whereby she had to come and say, let me financially build you so that we can be married. Doesn't exist. And I often find that women who are financially building men, it boils down to quite a few things. Number one, this is very, very harsh, but I don't like to sugarcoat things because we live in a world whereby we all want to be politically correct and sugarcoat things, and it results in you losing in life. A woman who financially builds a man, 9 out of 10 chances that man is below her class level. It's below her level. But the clock is ticking, life is happening, her friends are getting married, and she just desires to have a man. So she overcompensates and she thinks, well, I've got the money, I can buy the love. And she ends up with a man who is beneath her. The result of that is 9 out of 10 chances that man will humble you. He will humble you, and he will go with Becky, he will go with Shanika, he will go with whoever and humble you. Humble you because you thought you could rescue him. You thought your money could be a plaster. And it's so important because women, when they do that, it's a desire to have love. But the desire to have love, you should never, ever date beneath your class. And you know, when you're dating beneath your class and your level, money doesn't necessarily equate to class. However, when you date beneath your level, you're exposing yourself to all sorts of issues. That man will turn around one day and he will always resent a woman who built him. You don't get a gold medal for building a man. The man will resent you. The man always resents a woman who builds him up. It just is what it is. And then what happens is And then what happens is he runs off with a woman who he can actually provide for and restore the natural order of life. The other thing is, if you are financially building a man, you are, in my firm opinion, based on the word, you're automatically knowing you're marrying the wrong person. Because a man must provide, so how are you the financial provider? If you have to get your pockets out and provide as a woman, that's one of the key signs that this isn't the one. This isn't the one because you are having to do the labour. Adam tilled the land. If you are the land tiller, you should automatically know this can't be the one. And I'm not saying, yes, there are examples of exceptions where people have made it work, but you don't know what's happening behind closed doors of how they've got to that point. There are examples of women who they're the land tiller, they're carrying the load, etc. And those couples have survived the test of time. There are exceptions to this, but I promise you, that woman has not had the life that she should have had. Being the land tiller, carrying the load is not what was meant for you. And let me just say why I say this. In the book of Ruth, Naomi says to Ruth, go and find rest in your husband's house. Let's get you a husband, go and find rest in his house. So remember, the word is instructional. So if you're the land tiller and you're not finding rest in your husband's house, how can that be your husband? For me personally, I just feel as a woman, it is so important not to financially build a man. He will resent you. It is not the natural order of life. You become a load bearer. That means you're doing the emotional, the financial, the physical. You're doing all the things, all the things, and you don't get the opportunity to rest in your femininity as a woman. You don't get to live that soft life. You don't get to be at peace. But I want to know what you think. What do you think? Do you think I'm taking it to the extreme? Do you think as a woman, it's okay if you carry your husband on your back because we're in it together? Do you think it's okay? And I'm open to all opinions. I'm open to being convinced, but I don't think I will be convinced because I don't think there's any rational argument, logical or illogical, that can be put on the table that will let me go against the word whereby I find no single woman that had to financially carry a man. To me, when a woman does this, it is out of not feeling healed and whole. And by the way, I also think, let's really talk about this. It's okay to be single. Darlings, it's absolutely okay to be single until the right person comes along. Because especially, it's okay to be single. Perfectly okay to be single and enjoy your life. The other thing I do want to say before I wrap this Let's Talk up is financially providing for a man, 9 out of 10 chances it's women that don't have it all the way together sometimes. There are two camps of women. Women who've got the houses, they've got the cars, they're going on the holidays, they're buying the Chanel, they're buying the Gucci, they have the buildings, they've got the assets, they've got the stocks and shares. There are those groups of women who are predominantly more older, and then they want someone, like their husband's gone and they want another second husband, etc. The second camp, I think, a group of women who, if you're a woman and you don't have your life together, you're not going on the trips. Like, when was the last time you did a Euro summer? When was the last time that your feet touched Mykonos, Saint-Tropez? When was the last time that your feet stepped into a Zuma? When was the last time you said, actually, let me see if I can get another property under my name? When was the last time you said, actually, let me look at my stocks and shares portfolio? If you're not doing all of those things, you have no business on this earth financially building a man. If your nails aren't done, your hair isn't done, the buildings aren't being bought, the Birkin isn't being bought, why are you supporting a man? And I will leave it there because this is just where we need to wrap it up. But let me know. Do let me know. What do you think? Should you financially build a man? Yes or no? Give me some reasons.